Hello, my name is Eunice Olatunji. I'm a lawyer, a mediator, a mediation advocate, and so many other things like a teacher, a mother, a wife, and everything pleasant. If this is the first time of coming here to watch my video, thank you for stopping by. Please, before you move on, kindly click on the subscribe button and then like the video, share the video if it blesses you or you learn anything from it. And I'm sure you will definitely learn something because in this video I give values, I share stories that happen in courtroom and how you can apply it to your day-to-day activities. Most importantly, wisdom for wise living and saving fun by resolving or avoiding conflict. Absolutely. I know you love story. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe before I shut down. Should I shut down? I should go ahead. Well, I'll go ahead. I trust that you're going to subscribe to my channel. On the 21st of June 2022, I was at the High Court Ilaro, Ogun State Nigeria. And then my matter happens to be the last on the list. So I have the opportunity to sit down and watch all the proceedings. There were 27 cases on the court list of that day. And some of the cases that got my attention was a case of a man that was charged for murder. The man, according to the evidence that was given, killed his wife. The story is that the woman had actually moved out of that man's house. She had 5 children for the man. And on this fateful day, she went to the man's house to ask for 14,000 naira for the school fees of the children. The people that testify in that matter were the landlord and a neighbor. They mentioned that when they saw the woman got into the house before the man came back from work and they greeted each other and all of that. The man came back, greeted them and went into his apartment. All of a sudden they started hearing noise and shout. They rushed there to help them resolve whatever dispute they had. And the man asked them to get out of his house and locked up the door. When those people came in, they saw the man on the woman. They were even trying to rescue the woman, but the man insisted. Maybe the woman was not running away. You know how stubborn some of us could be. That no, you will kill me today. Have you ever seen anyone that died and came back to life, apart from Jesus and some other miracle worker? That okay, somebody died and resurrected. If somebody said to you that I will cut your head, and you will not say, okay, do it, let me see it. I dare you to cut my head. If they cut your head, would you be alive to see it? You will not see it too, because your head will have been removed from your body. So as much as possible, if somebody threatens violence, please run and report the matter to the necessary authority. So the neighbor left them fighting. Later, they didn't hear them shouting again. They didn't hear any noise again, and they assumed that the matter had been resolved. The man came out, he went to go and buy beans from the neighbor who happened to be one of the witnesses in the matter. After he heard the beans and left, and they didn't see him again. But they didn't see the woman coming out of the apartment because they know that she wasn't living there anymore. So they knocked at the door, they didn't hear anything, and by the time they opened the door, the woman was in a pool of blood with an iron rod by her side. They shouted. By the time they lifted her up, she had passed on. She died. They looked for this man and they found him. They charged him for murder. And since 2015, he had been in detention. What a wicked man. Because of 14,000 naira, he killed his wife. The judge found that truly it was the action of the man that killed the wife. But can he be convicted on the charge of murder? Guess what the court said? The court said, as at the time the man was fighting, there was no intention to kill his wife. Yes, his action led to the death of the wife, the culprit or the accused, his action must have been the one that directly led to the death of the deceased, and there must be intention to kill the deceased. So, on this basis, the court said the man was not guilty of murder. Is he guilty of a lesser charge? The court said yes. He was guilty of manslaughter. And that was the conviction of the man. In a criminal proceeding, after calling witnesses, initially the prosecution will call witness. If the defense thinks that they've established some case against him, then it will call witness as well. Sometimes the defendant, when they feel that no case, they've not been able to bring out evidence against me, he can make a no case submission that I don't have any case to answer. But in this case, apparently he testified. The only thing he said was that the woman was arguing with him, and then she locked his clothes, and when they were fighting, she fell down, and then she saw that the iron rod, she hit her head on the iron rod, and out of that, she just left out of anger. She didn't know the woman died. You left a woman in a pool of blood, and you didn't know that. What a wicked man. So after the conviction, after all those evidence have been given, the final address will be given by the lawyer who will address the court and state whether they have been able to prove their case, whether the defense should be let go, and all of that. So at the end of everything, the court will evaluate the evidence and come to a conclusion. So the conclusion is the judgment. So in this matter, the conclusion was the man was not guilty of murder, but manslaughter. Then the lawyer of the defendant will now have the opportunity to address the court. They call it allocutus, to say, this defendant is a first-time offender, he had never done this before. So one of the allocutors that this man, the lawyer, pleaded for him was that, this man had repented, he had never committed any crime, he's a first-time offender, he has been in detention since 2015, and even while he was in detention, 2 of the 5 children had died because there was nobody to take care of them. If you send this knife to prison, the children will suffer. He pleaded with the courts, and guess what the court did? The court sentenced the man to 7 years imprisonment, counting from the time that he had been in detention. In computing sentence year, the accused just gets to spend 1/3 of the sentencing year, especially if the court did not state that you should spend full calendar month and the person has been of good behavior while in detention. Something in me was angry that this man is going like that. What about the woman that died? The woman did not even stay in an abusive relationship. She had left. What took her back there? But that's the judgment of the courts. There was not even anybody from the family of the woman in court that day. But truly, what about the children? Who will take care of the children? So, people, let's as much as possible avoid physical violence. Avoid it. Whether it be domestic or non-domestic, somebody threatens to kill you, please don't wait, because if they kill you, you won't live to see it. And the person may even now go scot-free in the long run. It may not be scot-free, but he will still be living like this man that killed his wife. They pleaded for him. He's back on the streets. What about the woman whose destiny has been cut short, who had labored for her children and could not live to reap the fruit of her labor? When you go into transaction, to avoid a situation where you getting into physical combat, engage your lawyer. Let lawyer be involved so that you will put the right clauses that is necessary in your contract to protect you. And when conflict arises, talk to lawyers, talk to mediation advocates. Everything must not end up in courtroom. There are better ways of resolving matter which we know as amicable resolution. There is arbitration, there is mediation, you can even negotiate with the person. But if you think that you cannot confront this person, you can call a neutral to mediate, to listen to party and facilitate settlement between the two of you. For whatever reason, please don't take law into your hands. If you're a woman, you have left an abusive relationship and you know that this man is prone to violence, don't go and see the person in secret or alone. See the person if you need to see the person in public place. In public place. Avoid trouble. Avoid fighting. If they cut your head, you will not live to see or to fight for yourself. That's what brings me, even the case of the popular Osinachi. I will not be surprised if the man is let go at the end of the day because of the children. Or maybe the time because the matter is still ongoing. And besides, if we say that, okay, may even end up and say, oh, it's manslaughter. It wasn't murder because he didn't intend to kill the woman. He was just an aggressive man. Maybe he even had a mental problem that made him aggressive and not be able to control his emotion. So if you're still alive, please be careful. Avoid physical combat as much as possible. I hope you've learned something from today's video. Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my video and then follow me on all my social media platforms. And thank you for coming by. Till I see you again and